All right, y'all. So, just for a cool little visual, the camera is on the engine, which is now on the engine stand. So this is prior to me actually doing all the work, and the heater's right behind me, so that's getting a little bit hot, but that should be good. Anyway, this is after me doing all the work, but I just wanted to come up and say I didn't record everything. I did time lapse, obviously, as you'll see some of the stuff, but I didn't time lapse everything because my skill at being able to pull this engine has greatly diminished due to the fact that I haven't done it since 2017. So, yeah, and the car was a lot more complicated than it was in 2017. I don't know I was having problems with the transmission plug. I actually whacked my face with it. You'll see that, or I referenced that in the video. Or with the breaker bar, trying to get it loose. I actually didn't accidentally, but happened to snap the hex bit that I was using and slapped myself in the face with the breaker bar. And the AOS lines, I was used to those, but those are a little bit difficult just because they were rerouted. Fuel lines are a lot bigger than the ones that I was using before. I don't think I had the Dash 8 and Dash 6 lines on it before. I was just having issues with the harness plugs, and as we were pulling it out, I'll fast forward that, you'll see. But as I was pulling it out, I forgot about a whole bunch of sensors and such. Oil pan sensor, temperature sensor, I should say, and just a whole slew of things that I just happened to forget. So the engine is completely different than what it used to be. But here's some time lapse of what we did and then the ending of it. So hope you enjoy. All right, well, here we are again, kind of 5 years down the road. 20, oh man, it was actually before that. So, gosh, I want to say I pulled the motor in 2015 because I was dumb, and on a $99,000 or 99,000 mile stock engine, EJ255, because it was the WRX's engine, strapped on a 5858, and I was dumb and decided to get that tuned. Really, I was just dumb putting a 5858 on a stock engine. But anyway, the tune was done, but we decided to go ahead and do one last pull to just kind of iron the little small details out. And that last pull was just too much. And at least it went out in glory, kind of getting tuned. So there's that. And then it just kind of sat in my apartment complex at the time with a blown engine until I moved to El Paso, and then I didn't drive it at all really in El Paso for a long while. Actually, I had to yank it off the trailer with a buddy's truck, which is kind of funny. And then his all kind of not relevant to the story, but it hit his bumper, destroyed my trunk, but his bumper was solid steel, so it didn't even scratch it. Anyway, so yeah, we are back to where it was in 2015, and I would be lying if I didn't say I was nervous. Kind of delayed pulling it out just because I've been making phone calls and trying to find machine shops, trying to get stuff lined up before I actually do this. The short block will actually be going to IAG. I don't necessarily know what all I'm going to do, mostly because I don't know what the extent of the damage is. Just been talking to one of the reps over there, trying to get some ideas of what I want to do. So at the moment, it's probably going to be decking it, getting that surface flat, maybe piston rings and some bearings, just in case. It didn't spin anything, but just in case after 20,000 miles and 5 years of driving on the built engine, that. And then got a buddy who knows a guy that does work on heads, so try him out, see how that goes. And then in the back corner, you can't see it, but I do have the actually the stock block still with the rotating assembly in it and everything, piston still cracked and whatnot. And then I also have the first closed deck engine or case halves that I used from RevWorks when they were still a thing, so I still have that block or those case halves. So yeah, I'm actually kind of nervous about doing this, I won't lie, because it's been a while. I'm rusty, and the car is a little bit more I'll say sophisticated, for lack of better terms, but there's a lot more to it than when I initially tore it apart, because when I got it built during my deployment, there was just a lot of stuff added onto it. So this is going to be a whole new journey, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The initial part's going to be easy, just taking off the radiator and the fans, and then all the intercooler stuff. So that's going to be the easy part. The hard part is going to be obviously getting all the wires unplugged. I have the ethanol, the flex fuel system on there now. I've got the air oil separator that I've never taken off of it before. So I got a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be labeling. So it's going to be fun. But yeah, here we go. I'm going to do a time lapse. I'm not sure how well that's going to go. Probably speed it up a little bit, because literally have no idea how long this is going to take. But here we go. Obviously, by the time lapse, you can tell this is not going nearly as smoothly as it could be. I didn't expect this to be going smoothly at all. So, yeah, I'm just going back through, and just had a friend obviously over, hanging out and looking at things, trying to help me out if he could. For the most part, though, got a lot done. There's a few connections, obviously the harnesses and all that. But what I did get hung up on, lamely enough, there's those one-time use clamps that were for the blow-off valve. Just trying to freaking wiggle that around to get that off was a pain. And the issue that I'm having right now is I have a fuel line that is blocking one of the bolts for the bracket that holds the alternator on. Or not the alternator, my bad. The AC compressor. I can get it on there, but there's not like a snug feel on the socket, so it keeps slipping off anytime I turn the ratchet, and mostly because I have to put it in there because of the fact that there's a fuel line. I have to attach a swivel connection to it, but that swivel isn't able to turn either. So every time I push it, it pushes against the hose, and then it pops the socket off, which is really annoying. So I gotta take a break. I got a dinner to go to. But I think what I'm going to do is remove the oil dipstick, and removing that will allow me to hopefully remove that fuel line that's holding me back. And then once that fuel line connection to the fuel rail is off, then I'll be able to, get the hose out of the way and get that bolt off, or the bolt off, and get the AC compressor off. So after that's done, exhaust all has to come off. As you saw, I got the header off. That was scary, because guess where all the water went? Instead of in the head, went right into the dang header. So that's really, really unfortunate. Now it makes sense why it wouldn't start or anything like that. But hopefully the block itself is fine, and all the water just kind of drained into the header. I don't know. Now I'm a little bit scared of what the damage totally could be. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. Kind of got to put a little water underneath the car, but yeah, ultimately I guess we'll see what the heck I end up finding out what is the issue, and I'm actually kind of scared. So I'll be picking it up here in a bit, but for now got my dinner to go to, so I'll catch you guys back in a couple of hours. For you, a split second. All right, until next time. All right, y'all. So to be completely transparent, we're fast forwarding by quite a number of days, weeks, and even a couple of months. But the focus, like, I don't know, there's no sense of urgency. So I kind of let the car go. I was also kind of just, a little bit upset at the fact that I'm going to have to spend all the money that I have to on here. But did a lot of thinking over the holiday break. So I got to get back into this because, no action is no reward. So anyway, got the car back up on jack stands just now. Getting started to tear it apart again. I just did a little bit of tinkering, just to get back in the groove just a little bit, but I'm going to start working on it now, and we'll see how long it takes me to get the rest of it done. I think I've got most of the big stuff off, so it's just a lot of connections within the bay that I have to get off. I've already got the AC and the power steering off, as well as the alternator, so now it's just like literally undoing hoses and clamps, like the not worm clamps, but they're the pinch clamps. I can't remember quite the name, but those were irritating me also, so that's why I also took a break from it for a little bit. And I was helping out a friend with their vehicle, and then there goes the light. So yeah, sorry if the lighting's kind of a little bit poor, but working with what I've got in here. But yeah, so decided to help a friend out with her car because she had a road trip going up north to the Great Lakes area, and I couldn't let her ride on the brakes that she was on, so changed those out for her, and just focusing on the other endeavors that I've got going on. But with all the holidays out of the way, I can now focus on this and on the other things as well. So here we go, we're back at it. So flash forward to the next day. The previous night I got down to just needing to disconnect a few things. So the harness connectors were one of the harder things to get done, even though I got my buddy Franklin here that helped me out. And so the transmission's disconnected. I busted my face trying to get the plug out of the side of the transmission to get the clutch fork, the clutch forks pin cover out. So we got that. Transmission is now jacked up, and we got the chain and the carabiners all hooked up. So we're ready to pull this engine, and tomorrow night, or hopefully tomorrow night, if not, some night within the next week, because the engine will be torn apart. My goal is to get everything torn apart because thankfully I'm a federal worker, and we just got next Thursday off. So next Thursday, my plan is to go up to Maryland to IAG and get the short block looked at and see if the heads can be cleaned up as well. I'm a little bit nervous with the short block because I procrastinated and I was just teed off, so I didn't drain any of the fluids. So I had water sitting in the headers for like ever. And last night, I want to say I blew the engine up in October, and last night is when I decided to drain the oil pan. And let's just say that there's now a milkshake in there. So this is what it looks like inside the oil pan. Kind of gross. I'm not sure if you can actually see it, but either way, water and oil mixed, obviously we all know that's bad. So I'm not sure what the state of the inside of the oil pan is. Hopefully that's not an extra cost, but if it is, I suppose it is. But either way, if AIG or IAG deems that the short block is good, I'll keep it. But I do have my mind set towards getting a new short block just because I need to get some 14mm head studs, just to have a little bit of a stronger clamping force. Although, you know, this engine lasting 5 years at 700 horsepower to the wheels for a little bit, and then 560 on track continuously, it's pretty good. But anyway, with that being said, here we go, pulling the engine.